before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today what we're going to talk about is what's going on with the SBA and the PPP. I've been hearing stories. If you haven't heard already, you probably have. I'm probably late because I heard about this yesterday and I wanted to do some more research on the situation. So I went to a couple of sites and I found one in particular that pretty much sums it up. But what it's looking like is this portion of the free money. Well, I want to say free money because it all depends on how you get the money and what you do with it. But let's just say the PPP, this part of the SBA, having a little bit of issues. We already know that they were out of funds, supposedly. They were exhausted. They were getting low, and only minority lenders was doing the loans, and people who are pre-allocated or already allocated for, they were getting loans. But it looks like SBA then flipped it on us a little bit. Let me go to the article. Right here, it's on bizjournals.com. All right, it's saying that SBA tells lenders to withdraw unapproved PPP loans ahead of deadline. Now, remember in the last video about this, or the last couple of videos about this, and what we've been talking about in the comments, as long as you are approved by the SBA, that you will be fine. If you're not approved, you may be okay depending on when you apply. But if you've been in the queue, it seems like now, even if you was in there since March and you haven't been approved yet for some other reason, then they're telling them to withdraw the unapproved applications, no matter how long it's been sitting there. And it's sounding like, from what I understand, that they're moving it to minority lenders, or they just denying them altogether. Just withdrawing. They're not even denying them. They just withdrawing them. Like, hey, you know, I know you've been here for 2 months, but who cares? Whatever. You didn't get approved yet, so there must be something wrong with your application. So you're not getting any money. That's what it sounds like to me. All right. Let's go ahead and read it. Okay, right here at this portion, I'm gonna have to find it somewhere else because I read it on my phone and now I can't even get in on it online. But not online, but on the desktop I can't get in. So it says, small businesses will have to find a community financial institution if they still want a PPP loan. Let me go find this somewhere else. Give me a second. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the Business Journal. Just to get the story that somebody else had, they want you to sign up for 24 months. I'm not about to sign up for that. And then they want you to pay for it. Biz Journal, I mean, sometimes if you can catch it early before they lock you out, I guess it's cool. But because I've looked at the Biz Journal before and I was able to read it, but apparently I didn't stay on long enough where they time you and then they lock you out for the full story. But anyway, I found it here at the Colorado Bankers Association. But here it is. The Washington Business Journal reports the Small Business Administration is asking Paycheck Protection Program lenders to withdraw any application that has not yet been approved so that small businesses can apply elsewhere. The SBA said that if lenders do not remove their loan, the agency will remove them on May 17, 2021, according to a message sent to lenders by the agency's Office of Capital Access, which oversees the program. The move is intended to give small businesses time to apply for a PPP loan anew with a community financial institution, which are allowed to keep making loans under a multi-billion-dollar set aside reserved for small lenders such as community community development financial institutions, and minority deposit institutions. Small businesses have until May 31 to apply for a PPP loan with the SBA, which has until the end of June to approve any such loans. So, from what I'm understanding, Womply actually has a few minority lenders in their network. So some people are already getting transferred over. And it sounds like, from what I understand, I believe Blue Acorn may be one. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But I've been seeing people saying they got approved through Blue Acorn in the past week. So Blue Acorn may be one. But I believe that Womply is automatically sending people over. Let me know in the comments what's going on, because I don't know. I've already been approved a few weeks ago. So I think Womply is already moving people over if they have them in their network. If not, they're going to send you a withdrawal note. They're going to withdraw you, and you're going to have to do it on your own. So I'm not really sure, but I believe Womply is moving people on their own. I believe so. Anyway, but here's the deal. All right, here's what I really want to get to. If you haven't been approved, and you may not get approved, that's okay. Yeah, you was waiting on it. You was waiting probably for 2 months. I was in the same position last year. All right, let me go over to his website. I'm pretty sure you guys are done reading that already. You go over to the small business. All right, I was in the same position you guys were last year. All right, I didn't even get approved for the PPP. But again, as I said, someone did it the wrong way. They were trying to be slick and trying to do some underhanded mess. Well, I would have been one of the ones worried about being accused of fraud and having to pay this loan back, and, you know, messing up myself with the government from doing something bogus. All right, I'm glad I caught it and I was able to back out of that mess. All right, and again, for all of you guys that's going through it, the fraud, don't finish it. Just pay the money back. Just don't even put yourself in that position, because it's not worth it. You're gonna bar yourself from any other government programs. You're gonna be paying a fine plus the loan back, and or going to jail. It's not worth it. It's really not. All right. Now I got that out of the way. But again, I didn't get approved for the PPP loan last year. I wasn't able to even apply last year. You know, that's why I backed out the mess, because it didn't make sense. And I'm glad I waited to do it the right way, because now I got, I've got less. You know, both my loans were under 5,000, but I'm not concerned about that, because I was able to qualify for the EIDL grant, which only got 1,000 of that last year. All right, I only got 1,000 of that, and I got the rest of it this year. And the reason why I qualified for it this year, because I didn't do anything bogus. All right, so I got the rest of that, and I might even be getting this 5,000 supplemental grant. So it took me a year. Again, last year I didn't get anything. I got the $1,000 and that was it. I mean, of course I got the stimulus checks, but hopefully we all got the stimulus checks. I got that, but I had to go out and I had to do what I needed to do to make my business survive, which is get myself together. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about getting ourselves together. But first of all, I am going to say this. By getting yourself together, you will be able to qualify for possibly the EIDL loan. I didn't get the EIDL loan last year because I wasn't in position to. My credit score was bad. My credit score was under 570. And I believe right now it actually dropped it to 560. But I'm going to say you want to be about 570 to 580 to make sure you get the EIDL loan, because you can still apply for that. And they may even open up the grants to everyone again. So my advice to you, whether you got the PPP loan or not, especially if you didn't, but if you got it or not, get yourself together, get your finance together, get your credit together. Basically what I'm saying, get your credit together. That's going to open a lot of doors for you, not only for the SBA, but for other financial institutions. If you're with a credit union is going to look at you positively, because now you have a relationship with them, on top of you have a great credit score. It doesn't even have to be great. Life begins in the credit world at 680. All you have to do is get to a 680 and you will be good. All right. So let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to show you where I was last year when I applied for this stuff first. Okay. Let me show you, because this is the proof. And for you to go ahead and get started to see where you're at in your credit journey, go ahead and click that link in the description. Click the link for credit monitoring in the description and sign up to see what your credit scores are and get your free reports with it. I know you can get your reports through annualcreditreports.com, but you're not going to have your score. So go ahead, click the link for credit monitoring in the description and go ahead and sign up to get your 3 credit scores along with your credit reports. And that way you will see where you're at right now and where you need to go. All right. I'm going to show you where I was at. All right. Right here's my folder with all of my credit stuff. All right. These are the credit bureau addresses. You know, I'm not going to do that thoroughly on this video, but I'm just going to show you how I got this set up. These are my scores. I keep track of all my scores. They have auto scores. They got the auto scores. All right. They have the bank card score. This is what they use for your credit cards. When you go on a credit card, you use the bank card score. These are auto scores right here. All right. They also have the mortgage score. Where's the mortgage score? Mortgage score. All right. I check my credit all over the place. I got TransUnion, FICO, TransUnion, everything. But I mainly do the 3 bureaus to compare them. All right. These are the mortgage scores. All right. Now, what I'm going to show you is what I was at this time last year. We're going to go May 2020. All right. May 2020. This is where I was at last year. Last year, these were my scores. I was at a 581 with Experian. I was at a 586 with Equifax. And I was at a 545 with TransUnion. All right. Now, when I applied for the EIDL, so if I would have had this, because they check Experian. If I would have had this last year when I applied in April. This wasn't what I had in April. Or did I apply in March? It was either March or April. I got the check in May. I got the $1,000 in May, but I got denied. So let me see if I got the. So let me see if I got the April. If I got the April. But this is what I had of May of last year. Let's see if I got April. Do I have April of 2020? No, I don't have April of 2020. Do I have March of 2020? If I have March of 2020, I'll show you that. I don't have March of 2020. Okay, I don't have it, but that's regardless of the point. So you saw what I had in May. So we're gonna go from May to May because we are in May now. Now you see my scores in May of last year. Let me show you again. These are my scores in May of last year. Experian 581, 586 with Equifax, 545 with TransUnion. Now my scores actually went up since I updated it here, but I don't have the I gotta wait another 20 days to update again for all 3 scores because I get it every month. But I do have my updated. Well, no, I don't, because I don't have that because it didn't update yet. So anyway, but I have my May of 2021 scores for May 9th. All right. Now here I am a year later. These are actually going to go up. My Vantage score for Equifax is actually at 700 right now. That's my Vantage score is at. But this is from May 9th for my FICO 8. They go by FICO scores, okay? So I'm only worried about the FICO scores. I'm going to reference the Vantage because that's how I monitor what's going on and how my FICO is going to go. But here, a year later, I'm at a 669 with Experian. I'm at a 668 with Equifax, and I'm at a 661 with TransUnion. This just went up because I got a collection removed. That's why I say you got to work on your credit. I got a collection removed. I think I did a video about that. Actually, I did. I did a video about that, and this jumped up because the collection was on here. I got all the collections, everything removed from here. I got my medical collection. Got videos about medical collections, how I got those removed. I got other things removed too. So this is where I'm at. Experian 669, Equifax 668. And TransUnion 661. Okay, all because I checked I worked on my credit. I wasn't really concerned about getting the money like that. Yes, I was still working on trying to get the funds that the government was offering, but I was also working on me. I was working on getting my stuff together because my business still had to move. I still had to go along. So what I did was I said, okay, how can I fix my credit? How can I make me look better to these financial institutions so I can get their money as well? Yes, it may not be free, it may not be forgiven, but does it really matter if it's forgiven if you use the money to build your business? Doesn't it make sense? Does it really have to be forgiven? Does it really have to be free? If, let's just say I'm with Navy Federal, just say Navy Federal gave me $25,000. Wouldn't I take that $25,000 and make $50,000? So that way I'll be able to make the monthly payments on the $25,000. So now while I'm making money with my business, I'm also building my credit by paying this money back, and that's gonna put me in position to get bigger loans from the institution. They're gonna say, oh, he paid me that $25,000 back and he made money with it. Okay, why don't we give him $50,000 next time? And that's what getting yourself together is about. That's what getting yourself structured is about. That's what getting your credit together is about. You want to look good. Even SBA is looking at that. That's why I didn't get the loan last year. SBA is looking at that as well. So anyway, right now, like I say, my Vantage was at a 692. Now I'm at a 700 with the Equifax Vantage. All right, I'm at a 700 with the Equifax Vantage. This jumped up on the Vantage side to 675 because I paid down my credit card to 0. Now you don't want to do that, but I have several credit cards. All right, well, I only have 3. You've been watching my video, I only have 3, and one of my credit cards is at $12. The one that I'm an authorized user on is at $72, and my Navy Federal is at $0 right now. So it has jumped up. This is now at 675. I don't know what this is going to be. But right now, as far as Vantage, this is 682. So we're going to assume this is going to jump up to close to 700 as well on the Vantage side, which means my FICO should be anywhere between 680 to 690 for here, and this should be in the 670s at least for the FICO. At least. It might be even higher, but at least, because this is usually, my experience is usually higher than my TransUnion. So if my TransUnion jump into the 670s, then I know my experience is going to be in the 680s, and I know my Equifax is going to be upwards to maybe the 700s, if not 690s. So that's where it's going to be once it updates. It hasn't updated yet, so I'll know soon. All right. But again, what you want to do is you want to go to that link in the description for the credit monitoring. You want to sign up. You want to see where you're at. You want to get your 3 scores. You want to get your reports. You want to know where you're at so you'll know where you're going. You have to get your credit together. You have to get your personal things together. And remember, once you're at that 680, that's where your life begins. That's where you can get the $20,000 credit card, the $15,000 credit cards, the $10,000, $15,000 line of credits. And also, that's where you can start building your business credit. All right, you can start building your business credit. All right. So I'm not going to get into all this because I do videos about this all the time, but I just want you to know what's going on. All right. Remember, I have credit letters here. So I updated my information with Equifax and everything. So now, if you're self-employed, what you want to do, you want to have you working for your business on your credit report. My business is Inum. On my credit report, it says Inum. I work for Inum. I'm the operations manager or the manager of operations with Inum. That's what I have on my credit report. I don't have anything else on there. I'm going to have one address, one name, your business, which is going to be your employer. So your employer is your business. You want to have your position. You don't want to say self-employed. You don't want to have that on there. You want to have your position with your business. Director, manager of operations, executive manager, whatever. You want to have a position on there. You don't want to have self-employed or president. That nobody cares about all that. You want to have a position that they can relate to. Sometimes CEO may work. I wouldn't put that on there, but it could. But you want to have a position where they know that you're making whatever you put on your. If you say you're making $70,000, you want to have a position that they know you're going to produce $70,000 in income. All right, that's what you want to do. Okay. So let me go here. Here's my video about me having that that collection deleted off my report. All right, it's called collection deleted, 50-point increase. All right. Here's the video about updating your personal information. Okay. This is my video I did about when I got into an incident with my car rental and I had to utilize the insurance on my credit card. So how you do that is when you rent the car, you just decline the insurance as long as your credit card has rental coverage on it. It's going to be called CDW. As long as your credit card has rental coverage on it, you just deny the insurance with the credit card. You deny the insurance with the rental company and use the insurance on the credit card. They fully paid off my off the incident. The incident was like, I think it was like $1,300. They paid off everything and they gave me my deductible back. My deductible was $300. I paid that to the rental company. The credit card gave me the $300 back, plus they paid the $980 to the rental company for the incident. All right. Here it is. This talks about authorized users and CFPB complaints. All right. That's what this talks about. All right. So this is what this talks about: disputes, authorized users, and complaints. Just going through this with you guys real quick. It's all about the CFPB with Santander. If you guys have Santander, you're going through a situation, this is what this video is about. I have two of these. I have this one and here's another one right here. Santander CFPB situation. All right. CFPB, that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, said right there. All right. And right here, this was my first video. I talked about deleting medical collections. I got all my medical collections deleted. So you go here and check this stuff out. All right. So what I'm talking about, getting your credit together. I always talked about that. You see, it's all the way back when I did the first video about the unemployment. Right here is my first video. So I'm letting you know I've been doing this for a while. I did the first video about unemployment. Next thing I was doing, say, oh, let me get my credit together because this stuff is not working. Because I didn't get approved for unemployment until July. I didn't get approved for unemployment until July. I applied in March. I didn't get approved until July. So from March to July, all I got was this little stimulus money of $1,200, and then I got $1,000 from SBA for the EIDL. That's it. That's all I got. I had to figure this stuff out. I didn't complain. I didn't moan. I said I have to figure this stuff out. So I started getting my credit together, and I opened up the door to everything else. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, you see that at the beginning of the video. You saw at the beginning of the video that you go check out the credit monitoring link. You can check out the other links as well. You can check out the Be Free link, because that's going to give you some advice and some avenues to go down as far as getting your business together, give you some business ideas. When I joined Be Free, I ended up getting 5 properties on tax liens. 5 properties. It cost me $5,000 total. $5,000. I got 5 properties. You might as well say it's $1,000 each. Actually, that was with the fees and things like that when I came to over $5,000. But 5 properties. The properties are worth altogether well over $100,000. I paid $5,000 for it. So I got that from Be Free. Okay, so you want to check that out? Got any questions about that? Ask me. We can go over that as well. But I got that from Be Free. But to get started with all of that, you had to get your credit together. So go down there to the credit monitoring. Click the link. Sign up. Get your 3 credit reports and your 3 scores so you'll know where you stand. I just showed you what my 3 scores were. All right. Just wanted to run that by you. So don't be too concerned. Don't be overly concerned about this here. Don't be overly concerned. Do not. Because this is not the end of it. If you didn't get the PPP loan, okay. There are other things you can do. I'm not going to even give you alternatives because that doesn't matter. If you get your stuff together, you're not going to care about that. People have 700, 800 credit scores that got access to funding, they're not caring about, you know, that the EIDL is taking a long time and the PPP is, you know, they're about to withdraw it and they run out of funds. They're not worried about that, because they know they can go to their financial institution and get some money. They know it. They sign a piece of paper, boom. Next thing you know, they get $30,000. With a 615 credit score with Navy Federal, you can get a $20,000 credit card. Think about that. You're trying to get a $20,000 PPP loan, and you got to go through all this red tape, or you're lying and talking about you got a business, and you could possibly go to jail and pay back fines. But all you have to do is just get a 615 credit score, and you get a $20,000 credit card with Navy Federal. That makes a lot more sense to me. So go ahead and click that link in the description. Get your credit monitoring. Get your 3 scores, your 3 report, see where you at. Go to Be Free. So you can check out these business opportunities where you can get you can get properties for $500 to $1,000 like I just did. I got 5 of them. 3 houses, 2 parcels of land. $5,000. So that's in Be Free. But how are you going to get the $5,000? Because you're going to go to the credit monitoring link and you're going to sign up. You're going to know where you stand in your credit, so you can get your credit to a point where you can get $20,000 on a credit card. Remember, Navy Federal, you don't have to have a high score. You just have to have a relationship with them. I know somebody personally who had a 611. She got $20,000 her first go around. Of course, she had to do the little thing. She got an insecure card. We'll go through that in another video. But after a couple of months, 611 credit score, she got $20,000. And I told you in one of my videos, I added my son to my credit card because I have a perfect credit, a perfect payment history with Navy Federal. I added him to my credit card, and I added my friend to my credit card too. And they both got well over $15,000 on a credit card. They didn't have to go the whole secure card route. I just added them. And next thing you know, they got well over $15,000. Well over. When I mean well over. You know, so again, also there are people with under 600 that get $25,000 credit cards. All right, because of how they set themselves up. So again, click the credit monitoring link, sign up to get your 3 scores and your reports and see where you're at, so you can get some of this money out here. You don't have to worry too much about PPP. You don't have to worry about too much about EIDL. And here's why. This is what's going on. They're playing around with you. Why you want to play around with them when you can get your stuff together and you can play around with the financial institutions? Okay? So hope you got something out of this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to It's Oasis. Share and like this video. Check out those links in the description. Credit monitoring and Be Free, and you can get some cash back too. I got a lot of cash back. You know, I got a whole lot of it. So again, thank you for watching this video, guys. Hope you got some out of it. And until the next time, let's get this money.